Lee Spencer, first of all, what's your wine pick of the week?
Wine pick of the week. We had there was this very nice gentleman in Indianapolis that bought an auction item for. There was a key to the cure at Saks Fifth Avenue in Indianapolis that was put on by St. Vincent's, and this person bought dinner with me for $10,000, and we had it at his house, and it was wonderful. And he's an alcohol distributor in Indy, and so. I made best friends with like the best person in the world, and so he sent us a bunch of different wine, and he refused to let us pay for it, and it was just far too nice. And so there was a bottle of Sagacio Zinfandel in the fridge all week. Normally they get finished because I believe they're in serving size, but this one lasted all week, so only had one this week.
When you look at your brand, your iconic brand in IndyCar, Carl Edwards is going through the same thing here. He's getting kind of the push from Jack, from Ford. What are you going to do? What are your plans? July 1 is when we start looking at having to market for 2012. Are you getting any of that kind of pressure from Michael right now? Pressure as to what your plans are?
Andretti?
Uh-huh.
I suppose. I suppose that... I suppose everybody's wondering and talking and evaluating, and yeah.
Does the driver feel that pressure, especially when it, from an owner or from a series, or can you just kind of put that since
like that pressure to come back to him, to the pressure to?
Are you feeling that pressure that everybody's kind of waiting, since you do have such a brand, for you to make that decision? Are you feeling that kind of pressure?
I feel bad giving you the same answers over and over again. I feel like I'm not giving you any kind of story or anything, but there's really not much of a story. So,
does it affect you at all? You're professional to, kind of be hounded.
Yeah, no, I really think that me being repetitive is just the easiest kind of place to be. It's when you have an announcement either way or have something significant that there comes the questions, that will be a shift in the questions and something different, and the pressures and the expectation levels, and so that will I think that's the more challenging time from my perspective as a driver. Just kind of status quo is status quo, and I wish I had more to tell you, but it just isn't.
We've got one more.
Godwin Kelly, News Journal. Danica, with the rain, possibly washing out practice, maybe qualifying, you got one eye on the sky the whole time you're here now?
I hope we get out there. I think that I'm sure NASCAR will do everything they can to get us out there and get us practice, and at least that's what I hear, and which is a great thing. I think that's smart. And so hopefully we get some practice. I'm sure we will at some point. In fact, I think we might even tonight. It doesn't look so bad out there right now. I know you guys don't have windows right now, but it doesn't look too bad out there, and you can hear the jet dryers. So, as long as we get a nice, as long as we get like maybe 45 minutes to an hour out there, I think that will be good, and I think that we should be ready to go from there. I just was talking to Eric Almirola. He came over to talk to me at my bus, and I was watching some of the Talladega race, and he was explaining how to, bump draft and things like that. So we were going through things. So hopefully we'll be ready, and hopefully I don't do something stupid like take them out, and we have a nice, smooth practice, and we roll into race night. I can't call it day necessarily because it's at night.
Just as a follow-up, is practice here really important for you?
Well, if we weren't bump drafting, I'd say not necessarily. But with bump drafting, I'd say yes, just because I didn't do any of it at Daytona, and I didn't go to Talladega. So I would say, yeah, I need some practice, and I want to be efficient at it, good at it before the race starts.
Any other questions? Last one here.
Mike Muller, MikeMuller.net. Are you going to drive a Cup car this year, and isn't it about time to get in a Cup car and drive somewhere just to see if you like it or do it? I mean, Nationwide is so much different than Cup. It seems like you ought to at least get that side of it. No, that's what they tell me. I don't know. I'm just a rider.
I don't think there'll be anything that changes on that front for this year. It'll be IndyCar nationwide, and that'll be it. There's no plans to do any cup races this year. I suppose there's no. I guess there's always an opportunity to test a cup car, but at this point in time, it's definitely not scheduled, and it hasn't been really talked about that much. So, yeah, it's what you see right now. Yep.
All right. Hi, Phil Allenway from FrontStretch.com. Kind of a change of pace here. Just wanted to get your opinions on the Iowa race last Saturday night. Seemed to be a lot more side-by-side racing than in years past. Mm-hmm. Do you genuinely agree with that kind of a statement, or what was it like from your point of view?
It was a bit of a challenging night. I was loose in 1 and 2 and pushing in 3 and 4, so I was kind of having to try and strike a balance out there. And it's never faster when you spin into the wall, so I kind of picked the push side of things, and it made it a little challenging in 3 and 4. So for me, that's the feeling of my night. But overall, I would say that the racing at Iowa has become better and better over the years. I think as the track has seasoned in, they're like a good pair of jeans. It's just gotten better and better, and so. The bumps in 1 and 2 helped to challenge the cars, and it was also a nice cool night. So I think it was good for running. Although there were quite a few. Well, that would explain why there were so many spins in 1 and 2. Why so many people hit the wall because, and I didn't see the replays, but that was where everybody got it, and that was where there's just such a large bump in 1 and 2 that if you can turn in 3 and 4, you're probably going to be a little loose in 1 and 2. So. You saw the accidents there, but I think that the nice cool temperatures allowed for a lot of side-by-side racing, and we had, we all obviously dialed our cars in okay.
Danica, next time out we see is at Montreal. Talk about that a little bit.
I watched the Elkhart Lake race. Oh my God, what happened at the end of that? There was like crash after crash after. It just looked like everybody was dive bombing each other. I guess I need to know. I know what I need to do then. I know what to do with the hairpin at the end of the back straightaway. I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited to drive on a road course. I really am. I'm excited to see how that goes, just with how much experience I have on the road courses. I suppose that it's not that easy though, so I don't think it's going to be as easy as what maybe could be based on my experience. So I think we're looking to maybe do a test day before we go there so that I have a feel for it. And, I'll have to practice not over-revving the engine on the downshift as I'm used to using the engine braking, so I don't think that'll be good. And I know that those brakes feel kind of crappy on the short ovals, and they feel like you're like pushing on a nail, so I'm sure I'll have to get used to that a little bit. And but I think that overall, I think that the racing will be interesting. I was looking at the lap times from Montreal in qualifying, and I mean, it was like 20 seconds covering the field. It's incredible how much separation there is, but I guess that just shows how much you can dial the car in and perhaps your experience level, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Well, they have good wine there, so then there's that.
Oh, good. Well, I think they make nice ice wine up in that area in Canada and in New York. Are you all laughing at my wine knowledge?
Good to have. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
Okay, thanks.